Hi everyone, it's Congresswoman Malloy with Thanksgiving this week. I wanted to share a few stories from American history and Utah history that don't always make it into the holiday specials, but are important reminders of why we have Thanksgiving, why it's so important. So the first one goes all the way back to the very first Congress. In 1789, right after the Constitution was adopted, Congress passed a motion asking President George Washington to declare a national day of Thanksgiving. It wasn't about turkey. I'm pretty sure nobody played football. It was just about gratitude for a new system of government, one that depended on cooperation, accountability, and a sense of shared purpose, even a shared identity for this new nation. Even in those early days, Congress understood that gratitude strengthens a nation. So fast forward a few decades, and you meet a woman who probably doesn't get enough credit for shaping the holiday we celebrate today. Sarah Josepha Hale spent more than 30 years writing letters, publishing editorials, and urging presidents and members of Congress to make Thanksgiving a permanent national holiday. She believed a day of gratitude would bring the country together during times of division, and her persistence paid off. Her advocacy helped give us Thanksgiving and the place it has in our national calendar now. And finally, here in Utah, we have our own history of Thanksgiving. One of the most meaningful examples comes from 1848, the first year after pioneers arrived in the Salt Lake Valley. They had a devastating winter and a near total crop failure. And the settlers in this valley held a day of Thanksgiving later that year. They gathered together to be thankful, not because everything was easy, but because the community had come together, survived, and gotten just enough of a harvest to help carry them forward. It was a moment of relief, resilience, and deep gratitude. I love all three of these stories because they're all about people choosing gratitude in challenging times. The first Congress determined to build something new. A writer who believed one persistent voice could unify a nation. And it's amazing how often one person's advocacy does change federal policy. And Utahns, our ancestors, whether we're related to them or not, the people who gave us this state, gave thanks even when the year had not gone well for them and they didn't have the food they'd hoped going into the winter. So as we head into the holiday, I'm grateful for the chance to serve you, to work with Utahns who care deeply about our communities, to find solutions that move us forward. So from my family to yours, I hope you have a wonderful and meaningful Thanksgiving, and I hope you enjoy the turkey, the football, and whatever other family traditions you have.